Hey guys, it's Woody the Unexceptional Gamer, and I am here with Pwnstarzdotcom. If you're unfamiliar with him, he is on that very short list of who are the best pub players in not only on YouTube but in the game. You just won the race, right? You and Trademark primarily were the first two guys to hit Master Prestige in Call of Duty Ghosts, right?
Yes, we played on one account, and we actually were the first, and Infinity Ward checked up on it and tweeted us out as the first official Prestige.
Nice, congratulations. And Trademark, your partner, he was the first guy to Prestige. Was it the year before or 2 years before?
It was just Black Ops 2.
Black Ops 2, right. But I remember, like, that was back when there wasn't an official starting time, so I guess the population wasn't quite as large, but
yeah,
because of the race, it was like you couldn't start before this time. Everyone had an equal shot, and off you went. So congrats on your win, man. That's awesome. So I was telling you before we started this thing, like, you know what? It's harder and harder to give advice. I feel like there's more and more qualified people out there, and that's why I wanted to have someone like you on the channel to talk. So first of all, favorite gun. What's your favorite gun in Call of Duty Ghosts?
The Remington R5, and a funny little topic on that is there's a screenshot of us hitting Master Prestige, and it shows your favorite weapon. And then I had a tweet on my Twitter that said, "Wow, you used a shotgun," and he was talking about Black Ops 2. And the Remington R5 is actually an assault rifle, so that's my favorite gun.
It's your favorite. I expect it to be the MSBS because that's my favorite gun.
MSBS is up there as well. Just for larger crowds, you need that twitch action, and sometimes if you miss those 3-round bursts, you're kind of screwed until the next 3-round burst comes out. So, fully automatic for me.
All right. So, best perk loadout. What are you using? When a game first comes out, when a new COD comes out, I like to know what that OP stuff is that everyone's going to accuse you of using 6 weeks from now. They're going to be mad. What is this OP class? So what is the perk loadout that you like to drop on there? Is it the same for all your class, all for the game types? What do you rock?
Well, I'm actually going to load up my my perks right now because I'm still experimenting. So once the game warms up, I'll get more in depth. But mainly for the race, I was playing Cranked. And for those of the people that don't know much about Cranked, it's you unlock like 4 or 5 different perks when you get cranked, so it's useless to run those in your loadout since you'll already have them your first kill. So that being said, I've been experimenting more on the 6v6 like TDM and kill confirmed and domination loadouts more so, but I do have like the best loadout in my opinion for cranked, and it is, let's see.
You pulling it up in game?
Oh yeah, pulling it up in game.
All right, we'll get it accurate.
All right, so it's first perks. I have no secondary, no lethal, no tactical, so I have the most perks possible. It would be steady aim, takedown, dead silence, amplify, focus, and blast shield. And main reason why blast shield is because there's a lot of people that like to throw down IEDs, and they're not counterable as much anymore in this Call of Duty as they were before, like claymores and bouncing betties. Bouncing betties, you could go prone, block. Claymores, you see the lasers, you can shoot those. These ones, they kind of blend into the map. So I was forced to roll blast shield as the main perk.
Cool. Which perks do you get in Cranked after you get your first kill? What are they giving you?
It is sleight of hand, marathon, agility. I would think agility is unlocked because of the speed increase that you get. But when you run the operations, believe it or not, when you get cranked, you unlock stalker, marathon, sleight of hand, and ready up, and quick draw. And when you go into the operations, once you get a kill, you start working towards those operations. So that's how I knew those were the perks that were unlocked. But agility wasn't progressing, so I don't think agility is unlocked. I think it's just a separate speed perk that you get when you're cranked.
So it feels like agility, but you're not getting the points for it. It's either a bug or just a different way to give you speed.
Yeah.
All right. So here's a question I have about kill streaks. So I like to have different kill streaks. Some for when I want a big game, right? Like if I'm going for, in my case, a big game is more than like 40 or 50 kills. I know in your case it's like 100 or something. But I have kill streaks for when I want a big game, and kill streaks for when I'm having a hard time winning. Like the other team is as good as you are, and you need to run your good stuff. What kill streaks do you like to run for each of the situations? What do you want when you get 100 kills, and what do you want when you're battling for a win?
Well, specifically on this game, whenever there's a Moab, a nuke, or in this case a Chemstrike, 100 plus gameplays aren't really ideal for gameplay channels on YouTube, in my opinion, because if you look back at Modern Warfare 3, it was all about Moabs. It wasn't really about 100 pluses and whatnot. So
right.
Most of my classes are set up for strictly Chemstrikes. But I will run into a free-for-all where somebody's running Assault, and I have to choose my loadout for Assault. And that would be, in my opinion, the Guard Dog, the Vulture, and the Griffin.
And that's for when it's harder to win? Is that what you're saying?
Yeah. Whenever the opposition's using Assault as well, that's what I normally use.
Okay. And what was it? Guard Dog, Griffin, and...
Vulture.
Vulture, okay. And when you're going for the big game, what do you run?
Assault-wise?
I guess. Yeah.
It would be Guard Dog, Battle Hind, and then Loki.
All right. Yeah, people have been dogging on the Loki. They're saying it's not as powerful as it should be, or as it is in previous games.
You gotta know how to use it. A lot of the maps are like built. There's a lot of buildings, and it's not wide open, and that's when the Loki is like very powerful. But what they fail to realize is that it drops an assault juggernaut that you don't control. It runs around killing people, and it gets a lot of kills, believe it or not.
All right. So all right. Here's another thing. Talking about big kill games. Sometimes, like for me, by about halfway through a COD's life cycle, whenever I see like, oh, this guy got a big game, I can almost tell you what happened there. Like if it was Black Ops 1, I'd be like, all right, he ran like 2 choppers or a chopper and a dog, and it's on Nuketown or Jungle, right? If it's on Black Ops 2, it probably happened on, is it Slums, the brown one with the statue in the middle?
Yeah.
Like some of the maps just kind of lend themselves to kill streaks going ham. Where do you think the big games are going to come from on Call of Duty Ghosts?
Oof. The way these maps are, they almost have a World at War feel. They're very big in that aspect. So obviously Strike Zone, because I guess it's a smaller map out of all of them, but it's not too small to where they said it's a replicate of Dome minus a few additions from Modern Warfare 3. But Strike Zone's going to be one of them, and Tremor could possibly be one of them. And there's one other map. Actually, let me go check the maps right now, since I have it up.
All right.
Because Cranked, you only have a set amount of maps that you play. They don't play all of them on that game type. So I'm not familiar with a lot of them, sadly.
Because you spent so much time in Cranked because you're winning the race.
Yeah, that's the main experience grabber, is the Cranked game type.
That leads, you know what, I almost want to go to my next question. Ranking up, right? So a lot of times people give these rank up tips, but they're almost dependent on people being gods of gaming. And they're like, hey, play Cranked, you get whatever, 100,000 points in 3 minutes and this and that. But not everybody can do that. So like one strategy for ranking up is play Cranked, get your kill streaks, get your stuff, and you can get a lot of points. And Cranked have quick games. So for people who are new at ranking up or like figuring out how to rank up quickly, sometimes they're like, hey, you can play demo. If you have this dominant team, make sure you lose 1 round. It goes 3 rounds. We get all these points. Right. But you played for 20 minutes, you know?
Yeah.
Cranked, on the other hand, you're getting a lot of points and you're playing for 3 minutes or 4 or 5 minutes. How do you rank up quickly if you're not you? Do you think it's still Cranked?
Cranked is not for the faint of heart.
Okay, and that was part 1. If you can't tell, this is the next day. I talked to him yesterday as I record this. Subscribe to him. There'll be a link on the screen. You can check him out. He does amazing stuff, and he also does amazing stuff on his Twitch channel. So you can see him do it in person. He's legit. I think I might do this more often. There'll be a part 2 for this interview with him. I hope tomorrow. I need to get some more gameplay downloaded from him, and maybe I'll tap into some of the other guys. You probably have an image in your head of who the best of the best are. I can talk to them about what makes them so great and see what they have to say. Maybe like an interviewing the greats kind of series. So, subscribe to him. Have a good day.